Oh man, I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
No, not at all. You were talking, well, we were talking before we started recording about the Manchester City game at Molineux at back end of 2019, and you said you loved that result.
Yeah, oh man. Well, our result weren't so great on Boxing Day. We got absolutely smashed by Liverpool. So obviously we was not wanting Man City to beat you guys. So watching you guys come back and really upsetting them was a great result in the end for us.
Amazing, absolutely phenomenal atmosphere, and everything just went our way that night after a VAR nightmare. One thing I want to talk to you about, Lee, just before we start, is that Bayliss on the podcast has done a shout that Leicester won't finish in the top four. What's your response to that?
Ooh. I think that's the ultimate goal, especially now we got knocked out of the League Cup. I mean, we had a chance of going Wembley and winning some silverware. To be honest with you, I don't see how we managed to chuck that out the window, because we buried Aston Villa at the King Power, and we should have won that easily the first leg. So to not even be in it now is kind of annoying. But I think now's the focus is Champions League football. I can't see why we would fall out of it. To be honest with you, we're still a cracking side. Had some good results in the season. And what is it? There's only about 13. Is it 13 games to go?
13 games
like
left.
that?
Yeah, I know Leicester are 10 points clear of Sheffield United, who are in fifth. So it would take something monumental, I suppose, to change. But the form of those sides can be mixed right through from Liverpool down.
Yeah, you're right. I think we don't need to worry about Liverpool though, because they've definitely won the league now.
I think they might have won the league.
There's no way they're not going to win this.
How do Leicester approach this one, Lee? I suppose they need points on the board to keep in contention with the top four, but Wolves need them the same, possibly for the same reason. European football either way.
Yeah, I think so. Like I've already said, I've really enjoyed watching Wolves this season. That fixture against Man City was brilliant. But I feel like we need revenge from you guys, because you guys did the comeback on us, didn't you?
We did.
That was a mad result, that 4-3
That was
one.
a crazy game. It was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was a mad game, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
And would you say that Wolves have got better since then? Do you think Leicester have got better since then? Have both teams improved?
Both teams I think, have been firing on all cylinders. Particularly Leicester, obviously biased, but we are third in the Premier League, technically speaking, with the third best team in England. That's just how it is. Maybe we've been a little bit lucky. I don't know, but we're playing really well. We're playing really well under Brendan Rodgers. It's great to see. The players seem to be huddled together a lot at the minute. So under Claude Puel, it wasn't so great. I don't know. There was a lot of atmosphere. There was no atmosphere under Claude Puel. There was no atmosphere at Leicester at all whatsoever. There was no personality in the conferences, in the interviews and the press conferences and stuff. He just had there was no personality, and that didn't come out on the pitch or the players and the fans, resulting in dead atmosphere.
How does Brendan Rodgers set up for this one? Tough fixture away from home.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough ask, I got to say, especially because of the previous result. What's the previous stats on these two? I can't quite remember. I've not got them to the top of my head. Total wins and losses. I can't remember, because that always means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think Leicester's one of only two teams Wolves have kept a clean sheet against this season. Obviously, first game of the season, and the whole VAR
that was a boring
thing
opener, wasn't
it? It was a little bit, considering what we'd had last year. Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game?
I think Leicester need to come back from this League Cup problem that we've had, and knock that on the head. And the Chelsea game, I think we could have really got the win there. Two sitters missed, particularly Vardy, and I think Iheanacho as well. So I think we just need to put some goals away, and Jamie Vardy needs to get back on the goal scoring sheet, because he's not scored since he's had his little, and I think was it around Christmas time. So he's still not scored.
How do you stop Adama Traore?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a tough ask. He's a great player. He reminds me of a rugby player, that guy.
He is. I think he was going to try out for NFL at one point. But he's superhuman sometimes, it does seem. But
is he your favourite down there?
I think Jimenez is probably the proper favourite, but I think maybe Traore is a close second, especially with the form that he's in.
And Jota as well.
Yeah, incredible players. He's obviously just coming back from injury, and they've actually had an extended break, which they haven't had for a long time, with the season starting in sort of July with the Europa League. So, they're going to be fresh for this one.
Is there anything that's happened to your club, by the way, in the media? Because our James Maddison has been in the media again this time, because he's been spending his money and whatnot abroad on models and £2,000 bottles of wines and all this. Does this happen to you guys at all? Do you see this in your local newspapers and stuff, or is it just?
Do you know what?
I don't know. Is it an attack on James Maddison?
I don't know what it is. I think it seems that certain players get picked up by the British press. They're usually England players. And I guess that's why Maddison's been picked up. But to be honest, in terms of maybe Jimenez and that sort of thing, he's been in Hello magazine because him and his girlfriend are pregnant. And that's it. And there's really nothing else. They sort of stay away from the social media. They're not flashing and splashing the cash as much as, well, they might be. We just don't know about it. But I just don't think, those foreign players for a team like Wolves are really of that much of an interest to someone like the Sun. Whereas when you've got James Maddison, who's an England player, England starter, it becomes a bit more, Rooney and the whole Wags thing back in the maybe 2006.
It's scandals, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
scandals. Yeah, of course. And it sells newspapers. But
do you guys, going back to the game itself, though, do you guys think you're going to defend deep and play on the counter? Because that seems to be the Wolves' way at the moment.
I think it's one of those. We're looking at stats of Conor Cody this week, and in terms of ball playing centre halves or sweepers in the Premier League, he's top with the most completed. So it's not really smashing teams on the break. It's building the attack. So having Willy Bolly back, he slotted straight back in last time out and was incredible. So he will play a part again, no doubt. I think he improves every defence in the Premier League, to be fair, maybe bar Liverpool, although I'd rate him better than Gomez or Matip. I think it's about building the play. It's about spreading. It's about using those wing backs and the wingers, of course. Everything really pretty much goes through Traore. And when you've got three men on him, it opens up Jota on the other side or Neto. And, it's a recipe for disaster for teams trying to play against that.
Yeah, well, Leicester like to play. That's the thing. So it's going to be. I think it is going to be a different game to the opener. I think the opening game goes either one way or the other, doesn't it? It's either a goal-scoring game or it's flat. And I think our opening game was flat. And I think this time round, it's going to be wide open. I think Leicester, I can imagine, are going to play probably their basic 11, which will be Ben Chilwell, Ricardo Pereira, Johnny Evans, Söyüncü, Casper in the sticks, and your usuals on the pitch as well. Maddison's going to be up top with Vardy. Vardy's going to be up top with Maddison behind him, and it's just going to be the usual. I think 11 with Leicester. How do you see Wolves lining up?
I think it's probably going to be, it'll be Patricia in goal, it'll be Doherty, Johnny, those will be your wing backs. Then you're looking at probably remain Sace, keeping Dendoncker out on the left-hand side of the three at the back, Cody in the middle, Bolly on the right again, usually used to playing on the left, but he's done well on the right, to be fair. Then you've got Neves, that man Moutinho in there too. I think Jota, Traore, Jimenez, and, that's pretty much going to be what Wolves are shaping up at, I would imagine.
Right. Score predictions. Are you thinking? Are you feeling confident, strong against this Leicester side, or do you think we're going to edge it?
I think we always concede. That's a given. So we'll go with. I think maybe a 2-1 Wolves. I'm always optimistic, but I'd like to see some goals. I think we really need the win. What about you?
I'm going to go. I've already said my predictions on the radio. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to go for a Leicester win, but I'm going to say it's going to be close. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leicester win.
You're crazy, Lee. You're crazy.
To push on for the Champions League. We've got to secure that Champions League spot. We've got to secure it.
Perfect, mate. If I just say goodbye, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, best of bad luck, of course, Lee, for the weekend. Well, Friday night. Have you got any plans, by the way? Are you going? Are you taking the missus out? Are you taking the missus to the football?
That into the equation.
Are you in the doghouse? Are you going to wake up covered in nails and panels of wood?
She's actually watching me do this right now, and she's already giving me some funny looks. This is. I won't say anything about Valentine's Day because it was a surprise. So.
Cheers
for putting me on the spot.
One hell of a surprise when you're not there and you're at the football.
Dear me. No, I'm not. I don't think I'll be going. But I'll catch up with it all afterwards. She's
Well,
giving me the evils, mate.
I've got to leave you now
I can't
because
believe you've done this.
I can feel it getting extremely awkward in there. But Lee, thank you so much for your time, and look, best of luck sorting out the other half.
Cheers, lads. Okay, right. I'm not getting a missus on, but she is genuinely giving me the evils.